wa ununa shamba kero shamba. Maka fei ununa shamba kero shamba. Ole ukokale ununa shamba kero komena. Ole le ya kwe ununa shamba kero lemena. Ole ukokale ununa shamba kero komena. No shamba que no shamba vale bagua, no shamba que negro le da no shamba que no shamba vale, no na shamba que neva, no shamba que no shamba vale, no na shamba que neva, no shamba que no shamba vale. E paca paca, e reca reca, e paca paca, e reca reca, gete, paia, tu paga, tu pega, gete, 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 gete. So pia on sale bien derabo de yansano Wanya wa dia sa te wa so re lo wa ke ta pera do wa ka grabo Quiero ka masa un dia sa bo ya wa un sano Quiero ka masa ta sa bo ya wa un sano Le udo ta sa ba te ku ya ba la ba wa un dia sa ba
Well, good afternoon, folks. I'm Alphonso Zean of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for joining us this Tuesday afternoon here from the East Coast. It's 11:51 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much.
No se mo na shamba ke ko no se buna lera te puno pala le male yo ya kapo wa pone yo pone ka ye kala la pe wa shando te no pala le male wa ya kapo wa pone yo le ka ye kala la pe wa shando
We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. I'm Alphonso Zean of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV to welcome to this regular editions of the Forum. The Forum comes away every Tuesday right here from the Diaspora to Informative News Outlet. The Forum. I'm Alphonso Zean. Good morning to good evening. Thank you for sharing your Tuesday afternoon with us here. I will be joined by a special guest. The search is continuously on the rise. There was a protest, the aftermath of the protest. We're going to take you inside Liberia. What is happening? The spokesmen or spokespersons of the three boys, the missing guy, they will be joining me here, standing by in the nation capital of Liberia. They were involved. We're going to get an insight of what happens today during the protest. We are hearing the body was found and the family were even taken to the funeral. What happened? Is that the missing, any of the missing boys? This is a side story. That's one of the boys here. Siafaji Blama is one of the boys missing. Raboji Blama and Bobby S. Bongwa. These are the missing boys. Still, conversation is still in the making. But I need to do some little clearing of my decks here this afternoon here before we get the program on the way. Because it seems to be the stupidness is in this country here and with the diaspora community here, it's much. And I made this clear here from time to time. The late Minister of Popular Works, Mambutu Vla Nyimpa, is a brother. We've been together for quite a long while. It's a family man. But I'm quite surprised. This sort of so-called advocacy group people that we have in the diaspora and other parts that do not respect the privacy and grieving family, and they sit on the social media and talk nonsense when they are even more selective in their advocacy. I wonder who they are. And they sit and talk things that they don't even have no business of talking because of entertainment purposes. It's foolishness, and I'm ready. We're going to get the glove off. But we will be laying him to rest by the end of this month. The family is also going to be meeting here in the USA. But those folks, and because of Liberian consistently and repeatedly entice themselves with these foolish people who does not have anything to offer in the for their country, they sit on the media and talk nonsense. The same people run away. They all help to create George Weah to be what it is today. They don't even have the guts to even call the family to express their grief, their concern. But they sit down on the media with their tongue like cow tongue. They talk nonsense about the family and try to demonize Ojukwu. You more related, you know Mambutu much better than Ojukwu Nyimpa. You know when Ojukwu got his job, you think that George Weah gave him the job? What sort of foolishness is that? They sit and talk things that they don't even know about because they want to entertain. And that's some of the same foolishness that get our country to be where it is today. Stupid people, they tend to be advocates. They don't even know their direction. They take money from people. They can't give account of it. But we Liberians, we are so stupid. We dive into the politics of these people. That's some of the same reason. That's why for me, I don't take the opposition seriously. When you become selective in your advocacy, then you are not an advocate. It's all about your own political gain. You took money from George Weah. You were dining with George Weah. You were hanging up with these people. You advocated for them. When you got to realize that these people were they were not doing the right thing. So even when the family comes up with a statement now, then you have a ground to play politics. You know the discussion the family had. Your asses run away from there. You sit here in America. Go back if you call yourself man. Go back to Liberia. When the young man, the family grieving, the mother grieving, children are grieving, and you sit on the social media, you talk nonsense, make up all sort of story because you want to entertain people. And I talked to them this morning. If Ojukwu is quiet, I am not quiet. If the family is quiet, I am not quiet because he's one of me. And I've made that crystal clear on this network consistently over and over. We never agree on a lot of things, but he does respect my view and opinion. You don't even have regard for people. It's all about yourselves. If you call yourself an advocate, if you call yourself opposition, any Liberian that is hurt, it must be your concern. But you sit and just talk things you don't even know about. How many of you ever called the young man or the family? How many family you ever talked to? But instead making up now, you're acting like a gravel and all scrambling on it because you're looking for people to buy into your narrative. You run your ass out of the country and sit down here. So even assuming he's the one, they're the people that killed him, so he must endanger himself and kill his people. Ojukwu can come in and out every time his family here, right here in Philadelphia. Should he abandon it? Just how some of you abandon your people and sit here and you sit on social media, you're talking, you have no business, or you don't even have an idea. How many of you ever call? What has been the resolve what have been the resistance of you guys are the advocates you claim to be? that have shown to the Liberian people. The 3 missing boys, yeah, we're talking about them here. How many are them? How many are you? You go for me for all sort of crazy people who don't have nothing to give your money, and you go in there. And you want to demonize and disrespect other family. It's not going to happen. Not when I'm here. It's not going to happen. I don't care how many white. You can have your 50 some more thousand. What matters is quality, not quantity. If the number was matter, Donald Trump would have been president of the United States of America. Oh, your life is pressure. And you run away from there. And you sit up here without respect and just begin to unleash all sort of conspiracy. People privacy. You don't even have no regard for people privacy. Seriously? That's how you want to lead? You're not damn serious. You're the same old damn people. You created the George we are that we have today. Everything was milk and honey. But you didn't get your way now, so you're somersault and you want to beat. You're no different from what he's doing. Your young man passed away. Who told you we, our family, we do not have apprehension, but we have a thought? You don't fight and fight a losing battle. Our primary concern now is to lay the young men to rest. And if you are advocate, and if you claim to be somebody who speaks for people, first of all, you will reach out to the family and express and show that sort of sense of remorse under the circumstances or whatever the reason you believe. But to sit here and just conclude, oh, the family, this other one here, other one sit in Philadelphia, that his tongue full of all in his mouth. He can't even speak no better English. If his mother, people mad with Ojukwu. You know Ojukwu better? You ever talk to the family? You're so damn stupid. That's why the country it is why it is. Because all sort of stupid people follow stupid people as a result. They make crazy decisions. That's why get up what we're in today. And you're not even thinking about it. We're talking about even three other Liberians that are missing now. Advocacy, people that are in the advocacy business, they are not selective. It doesn't matter which party they belongs to. But you guys are unable. It is for your own self-greediness. You're behaving the way you guys are behaving. Without no sense of conscious respect for human life. And you sit down, you want to politicize it. Ojukwu is protecting his job. You know when who told you, said, George, we gave Ojukwu his job? He's a qualified, he's a learned man. He's been an assistant minister under Helen Johnson's leave. You think you're talking about other people get fish brain, but you guys get turtle brain. That's why when you go under the tree, you sit there for the life of your loan. Stupid people, you sit down, you just talk nonsense all day. You think by you sitting down, even cursing and doing that, that's what going to solve the problem in Liberia? Is that what I'm going to move George Weah? If you want to be an advocate and you want to be an opposition, be on the ground. Those were the things Bacchus Matthew then did. Tuan Red. And some of them went behind Paul Stacky. Those days, they sacrificed their life. Not because we sit here and we follow the ethics of the profession. But when enough is enough, when a man is pushed against the wall and he cannot go over that wall, then he has to bounce back. And some of us were inside. Even during the military government of Samuel Doe, scarf on our back. 1986, when William V. S. Tubman High student took the street. It was brutal. It was deadly. We didn't go to Cote d'Ivoire. There was no Facebook. You want to make an impact, get your ass on the ground, sit on the ground, and be prepared to get your hands behind your back to go to central prison or to go to the correction facility. Then the relevance that you are looking for the international community to intervene, they will get you. That's why they not take you guys for any. They don't take you for any seriousness because you guys are so jokers. You're no different from what the government is doing. If we give you a chance here, it will be more deadly than bloody. You can't even manage a little organization. You can't even manage your own group. And then you want to sort of meddle in the affairs of family. without even, if you are an advocate, call the family, express your remorse, express your sympathy, and ask questions and see what you will do. What sort of nonsense is that? You don't have nothing to say, you just go on the Facebook. The beauty of this technology is to create a safer conversation. But it is so sad in the behavior of our Liberian. And we got a long way to go. All of these things are happening. Where are the people who claim to be advocates? You think you have to sit down, you get a 10-gallon or 5-gallon of soda, you finish eating, and then you sit down and just talk? You think that's what's going to solve the problem in Liberia? You don't even have balls. And that's the only, I don't agree with Koluba because he talks to, but he's the only person that sometimes stand up. You're talking in the middle of the stuff and you're deserted him. He's the one that stood up to the task. You're supposed to be on the ground to make an impact. Opposition to Bobby Wine in Uganda challenged a dictator who had been in power for decades. There was an attempt on his life. They tried to assassinate him and his driver was killed. He didn't flee to Uganda. He sat with international cable wire, Al Jazeera, CNN, World News, big network, and make his case and talk to the people why change is necessary, why Yoweri Museveni cannot be the president of Uganda. How many of you have done that? I feel bad for my country. Surely bad. Because if you have a group of people who are also blind, they are brainwashed, they don't ask people questions, whatever they say, anything they say, they play into the narrative and they follow those same people. That's why the country it is why it is. The young man passed away. You think we are not hurt as a family as to how it happened? Don't you think that we do not deserve answers as to what happens? Because you take your head to be your butt, so you think we should take ours to be the same way. Or you expect the young man to just go out there and say it because he wants to satisfy some of you people. Right? He can come to America anytime. What happens to his nephew and nieces now that are there? You're running away. You claim that he did one assume for discussion purposes. They kill him. So he should say anything that he wants to say to satisfy your ass. Then he and his family to be danger, to act like a hero and die like a mean bad man, right? Okay, you're damn stupid like that. I'll be joining my guest. It's too much. You don't even have respect for people's privacy. Talking about other people having girlfriend, babies, this and that. What is that? You're in a civilized country. That's why the international community, they don't take you serious. Because you're a bunch of thieves also want to go loot just how they are looting to get riches overnight. When you can't even manage or contain or conduct the little that you have for people to see that transparency. You know, Ojukwu, you're concerned? You're concerned about the family? Have you called them? Have you expressed your sympathy as an advocate or whatever person, whoever you are? Well, you get your sour McDonald's and Burger King overnight, you sit down on Facebook and talk nonsense about other people's family. My guest want to be joining me here. That's the start. We will be laying him to rest by the grace of God by the end of this month. The family also going to be gathering in Philadelphia. Mobutu is a progressive. He's a learned man. He's a professional person. If you don't have anything to say, please leave his name alone. If you don't have anything to offer, if you cannot counsel the family to use common sense that people are grieving, they are grieving right now. If you don't have that common sense, right, just leave it alone. Talk all your stuff you want to be talking about. Let people listen to it. Simple as it is. Just talk where you want to talk. Nobody call for your intervention. To be an advocate, it must be proportional. It doesn't matter which party or who you are, but the life and soul of every Liberian must be valued. And you must champion a good cause. We're talking about the three folks in Liberia now. He says, young man, the protest or the days or how long can it last for? Or just to create some sort of chaotic situation? You need to start working your butt out. Election coming 2020 or 2023, even if it will be held, some of us are against the process because the process is not conducive, but you're all over your campaigning. When you're finished, then you will start crying wolf. And that's when we're going to use pepper spray to tell you people that you guys are enemy, you guys for the destruction, because nobody is willing to stand up now. Yes, your life is pressure. Other people, they should endanger their life. You claim that man is a monster. This is what they are doing you out. So he should come out now and put all of the kitchen sink. Or you should just say whatever you want to say and abandon, just how you people abandon your people. And you don't even look back. That's what you want him to do. To endanger the lives of the other folks. We're not going to do that. Let me not get pissed. I'm already pissed. Because this foolishness is too much. Just sit down and just talk all sort of nonsense about other people's family without no regard. None of you have even called him to say, hey, this is what we are hearing. That's how people do. That's how people do things, conduct themselves in the civilized war. And you get a sense. But you sit down, you go to bed, you wake up and just make up stuff and begin to talk things that you think you can talk. Because people are bold, they are adult, they don't have anything to do. They go for entertainment. Judge, go there. You run away. So why might you think other people can preserve their life to live and fight another time? We have a lot on our head. And I'm going to be monitoring. Any idiots who are going to be calling his name for no reason and just think that you're going to just chew him up, just how you can go, we will go. This time I'm leaving it open, but the history will repeat it. Snowman is a snowman. The history will repeat itself, and we're going to see how far it will go. That's been very disrespectful. You claim to be civilized, but you're not no damn civilized. So country people. No conscience. Man, he has not even been laid to rest. Ojukwu say, hey, brother, Ojukwu do this. He protecting his job. Seriously? He's a professional man. George Weah did not hire him. It was Helen Johnson Sirleaf hired him. And he was hired big because of things. He's a smart, intelligent, smart man, just how his brother was. Not just only by talking. On the paper and qualified. And that's why they gave him the job. Who told you we are not hurt? Who told you the family is not hurt? And you're just pulling things all over the place without any something funny, any solution to the problem. How many of you have ever said, damn, well, we don't expect that because he works for the government. He works for his country, not necessarily even though George we are appointed him, but his talent, he contributed to his country. At least the country will remember him. What will you be remembered about? Let me take a quick break and I'm going to be right back.
You've worked for months to bring your or your client's event to life, but unfortunately, the world had another plan. In reality, the only thing you lost is the venue. We take your vision for hosting a virtual conference and bring it to life online. No matter how complex your agenda is, we produce a smooth, engaging experience. Call the Liberia Public Radio today and schedule your event. Our number is 682-433-8802. If you prefer to submit your request via email, please send the request to liberiapublicradio2012@gmail.com. Our staff are standing by waiting for your phone call.
All right, just bear with me. We try to get our guests. I find it a little difficult here, but there are a lot of things happening on the news stage. As you may know, this morning, like 3:30 a.m., I got an alert from the Associated Press, one of the longtime chief negotiators of the Palestinian people, Sir Erica. Sir Erica died this morning. Sir Erica is the chief negotiator of the Palestinian people. That is a PLO of the late Yasser Arafat. Died this morning, according to Associated Press and major news outlet Al Jazeera. All broke that news after he was attacked with COVID almost a month ago, but he did not make it. So Erica has passed away, chief negotiator of the Palestinian people. Just bear with me as I try to get those my guests here.
Hallelujah, giving hallelujah, giving the highest praise. Hallelujah, giving the highest praise. Hallelujah, giving the highest praise. In the morning when I wake up, in the night when I wake up, I will lift up my voice to heaven and give you the highest praise. Hallelujah to my King. Hallelujah to my Father. Hallelujah to my Jesus. I bow before the throne. When I look at all the wonder and I see all the creation, the beauty of the universe, you never change. You never lie. You never change. You never change. Hallelujah to my Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 Giving. Hallelujah. Giving the highest praise. Hallelujah. Giving the highest praise. Hallelujah, give me the highest praise.
Hey, come the friend, Jehovah. Come the worship, Jehovah. He deserves the prison. Come the prison. He deserves everything. The worshiping. Oh, he gave me life. I will praise his name. I'm here to praise my God because he gave me life. Come celebrate. Come jubilate. Come and worship him. He deserves the praise. Hallelujah. Giving the higher praise. Hallelujah. Giving the higher praise.
Hallelujah. Giving the highest giving. Hallelujah. Giving the highest praise. Hallelujah. Giving the highest praise. Hallelujah. Giving the highest praise. Ooh, hallelujah. Hallelujah to my Jesus. Hey, hallelujah. Hey. Sing praises to Jehovah. Lift up your hands and worship. Lift up your voice and pray. Hallelujah. I lay down my life for Jesus. I will worship you, Yahweh, Yahweh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah to Jesus.
All right, that's what a beautiful gospel song that Hallelujah that by Minister Baz and K Praise. Hallelujah. We're going to give him the higher praise no matter what is happening. Let's see here. The folks guess they are having a little issue there. Whatever the case is, so we might, if not video, we're going to bring them on here live here as well. So let's see here. I'm still trying to get them on here. I'm still trying to get them on here. Hopefully, that's Mr. Samuka is supposed to be here, and that of the pastor, Waxint and Pastor Waxint, Elijah to Waxint. They should be joining me here. For some reason, I don't know why they are finding it difficult to join the conversation here. There is a press release as well from the family. We managed to there's a very, very huge press release here from the family. We're told some of them, the police, as you know, there was a protest today in the making outside of St. Moses. In fact, by the way, to keep the conversation proportionate, we extended the invitation to the Deputy Police Chief of Public Affairs, Moses Carter, who agreed to have appeared last Sunday on Freedom Watch. He did not show up. These are some of a lack of responsibility of national leaders. That's part of it. You make an appointment, we work out the time, you agree, we devote time, energy, to resources, do the publicity necessary to have the conversation till you agree. And you just did not show, or not just only did not show, or we know things happened, emergency. But even up to this point, up to this morning, send a message. He yet to respond. But our microphone would remains open because we try to do a professional job. If you watch most of these international cable news network, Christian and Paul, when they go into other areas, they disguise themselves when it calls them to even dress or get in different attire, different form, because they want to get the news and get it out there. We'll do it. So we'll be patient because we believe there are a lot of questions, national issues we need to talk about. And we want to give them the fair share. We don't want to be judgmental. We must have our own apprehensions, but we want to make it proportional to give them the fair share and be able to answer ask some of these tough questions so that we can have the conversation. So, Director Carter, our invitation is still open. Hopefully, you will see reason so that we'll get a version of government on many, many issues. The election, the spending, the unwarranted killings in the country, the security of the country, the police. That's the act that created the police by Charles D.B. Keynes in the 50s. The police, there must be a community relationship with the police, but that is not happening. So that seems to be the problem. So we want to know, what is the relationship? Many people have said that they don't trust the police. If the police is not trusted, why? Why would 3 Liberians will be held hostage as if they are some sort of terror group are holding them? Do we have another country within the country that is being governed by other people? These are legitimate questions we want to ask. Why the place is not reachable? How they manage those that are there? How do they get there in the first place? So these are legitimate questions the police and the government needs to answer as well. Are they still really alive? Why should the family go through this sort of horror? And I think this is the directions where the advocacy needs to focus. And usually when these sort of things are happening to you, organize yourself. You make yourself like a responsible group. You seek consultation. You talk to people. You make your presence felt. Violence do not solve violence. We saw that happen. No one has monopoly over violence. Make your presence felt. Okay, I think hopefully they are here. Let me see. Hopefully, let me just get their image. I can't get their image here. Hopefully it works out. Make your presence felt. Organize yourself. Evoke the presence of the international community so that they will see that you offer something. Elijah, unfortunately, I can't still get your image. So let me just see here. Let me see if you can go off and come back again. Probably that will work. For some reason, I cannot capture your image here, so it makes it difficult. Let me just try here. No, it's not possible. So let me just get you off and I come back. Let me just get you off and come back. Folks, just bear with me. Let me just, I couldn't see. Yeah, so this, I don't understand the advocacy in the country. The men, the women, the organizations, and nobody is, the burden, it seems to be with only the family. Today, what makes this country so great is, I don't care, one citizen, it doesn't matter the age of the child, of that person. It will cause them to go into their reserve to rescue that person. Look at these young people, Robert. Look at this other guy, Bobby, right? Look at this other man, Siafa. These are Liberian. They do not deserve what is happening. And I think this is where the advocacy and those who are seeking state power, this is where they need to do what they can do. Okay, let me see here. Hopefully we manage to get them here. Let me see here. Okay, are you guys there?
Yes, we are here.
Okay, finally, let me just, I'm not importing, you guys are more important to this process here. Pastor Watson and Mr. Samukat, good evening. Thank you for joining me here. I'm Alphonso Zean of the Liberia Public Radio. Good evening, how are you?
Good evening, Mr. Zean. I'm fine.
Thank you, I'm so fine.
Okay. Look, to be honest, first and foremost, my prayers and thought goes out to the family. I don't think you guys deserve to see what is unfolding in your own country. You're not in Guinea, you're not in Ghana, you're not in Burkina Faso, you are in Liberia. To go through what you are going through here, my prayers and thought goes out to you. But I'm going to keep it professional as well to ask all of the tough questions so that we can get a clear insight of what is going on. Are we ready to roll?
Yeah, sure.
We are ready. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so gentlemen, you talk to me, Pastor, Mr. Conant, you talk to me. This whole thing here, what is the versions of the family side in terms of the man allegedly being accused, St. Moses? Am I correct?
Yes, it's St. Moses and one Abraham Samuel. They are two persons.
Okay, St. Moses and Abraham Samuel. How long this family being attached to these two people here? How long? Do you have an idea? With St.
Yes.
Moses. So how long you guys been knowing this St. Moses?
St. Moses has been a family friend to the Blamos and that of the Buemas for over 30 years. Over 30 years. The children in question are children that grew up in his hands. The family know him very, very well. Let's also speak to that issue.
Well, realistically, we are talking about over 35 years, in fact. Over 35 years. We've been knowing Moses too long. In fact, we knew Moses' father long ago in the 70s. Because we are like adjacent family members. All right in Topo Village, where his father used to actually have a kind of a garden area there. Some about 77, 75, 76, 77, all the way up. So we have been way by friends. We're talking about 40 years plus.
Okay,
in the
but
case of the Burma.
Okay, what I'm asking, the reason I'm asking these people, knowing somebody for 30 years, 40 years, okay, that's that one portion of it. How well in terms of the inner part of knowing this gentleman, T.S. Moses, Had there been anything in the past, in the history, that you suspected of he doing something out of the way?
Except transfer by habit. The father was actually known to be a ritualist. All right, I remember that vividly, as far back from the 70s, when he had a kind of a confirm to where Moses got his funeral home. But for Moses, it is of recent I started to get all of the intel regarding his ritualistic involvement, which have become a very surprise to me. Quite frankly, Bishop or Pastor, I don't want to lie to you. And the amount of stories that are coming to us regarding Moses' ritualistic gains or deeds are all becoming an astonishment to me. I least expected a man who actually appears so nice, so good, to be such a ritualist.
Are these people coming forward to tell the family his history, things that he been involved in? Are they coming forward to tell the family?
Yes. In fact, on all of the talk shows we appear, people call and explain the ordeal that they have had with Moses. Trust me, they were so pathetic. So look, the thing is such that Moses is doing whatever he's involved into, like a man who is deeply intrinsic with some authority backing him. Because all of what we've been hearing of him recent times are things that if somebody is involved into ritualistic killings and it's not being connected, it's not intrinsic into some authority's hands, such person could actually not have such a long life that Moses is having.
So, with this, my insight, and I don't mean to sound ridiculous here. I sympathize with the situation. I wouldn't like to see my brother, any family member, any Liberian for that reason, just depart from their family involuntarily against their will. So, with all of these things, are these people willing to come forward in the public? Because when it goes before the court, it no longer becomes a circumstantial. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how people talking. Are they willing to come out? And I know people are in fear as well. I understand the context where they are coming from. It's not like the Western world where there will be no security. So why is this going on? What is the police, what the authority are telling you people? Where do you guys still believe these people are still alive?
Yes, of course we believe that they are still alive. And I can tell you for free, and I can tell you for the record that of all the evidences that we are gathering, of all the things that we've heard, of all the recordings that we got, these are evidence, and these people are willing to come to the court to inform the world of these things as they are happening.
Yeah, you want to face your camera, go, you kind of like flip it. The position it was in first, it was okay. You kind of twist it around now. The phone, you want to put it in the position it was in first?
Yeah, it's in a position. It's just that it keep flipping. That's all.
No, okay, now okay, yeah. Okay. So you know, this is a very high thing. I feel because I don't think anybody deserves that. So with this, what is that place? Whatever place it is it in Banga? Where is it?
It's in Lower Bone County. It is the point connecting Bone County to that of Bapolu, and also connecting Bone with that of Magibi County. It is that region.
Well, let me ask: are these guys been to that area before, gentlemen? Have they any of them been there before?
No, none of our children have been there. This was the very first time going there.
Did they meet the consent of the family when they were going? When Moses took them there, I've monitored some of the talk shows and some of the things that are going on. But I'd like to hear from the house's mom. Did they meet the consent of the family that the children were going there?
Yes, obviously, as professional people who also had their will for the Blamos, yes, the family is in the know. Likewise, the Buemans and that of the Buenpia. They are in the know that our children work for these people. And it was just a day work so that they could come back and continue their life. It was now a time to extend at this time, almost 25 days now, since this incident happened.
Yeah, and that I feel very bad. So the question now becomes, if you have apprehension about this gentleman, like you guys alluded in the first place, why would they go to the extent to take to allow them to go that sort of distance? If I know somebody is a murderer or somebody is involved in some sort of ritual, you know, like other people have been saying, it's like you had a pedophile and you're telling your child you let your child to stay with that pedophile. You also endanger that child, correct?
No. That's not the case. That's not the case. The case here is this. As we explained vividly, Moses requested like for our son, Junior Blamo, with a phone call that he wanted the boy to come and do a piece of job. He made the request under no circumstances, under no condition that our children have gone out to work without the consent of their parents.
Wow. So,
yes.
Okay.
So it's not that we know and we were sending them into danger.
Okay.
These children in question, being professional, they have been working, especially for the Blam, they have been working for them for Moses. Most especially the junior boy. He is the chief rider for Moses' funeral motorbikes, the motorcade. He is the chief rider. So Moses knows him very, very well.
Wow. It is actually to wrap this thing around my head, and it's so hard to comprehend. Now, the story with Chief what his name? Chief Zean. Yeah. He's saying he knows where those people are, but he needs he needs to get an approval. Is that a correct story?
Yes, that's the correct thing. That's the correct thing.
So when you say he needs to get an approval, whose approval is he seeking? Did he tell you guys? Are you there? Well, folks, just bear with us. This is such a kind of difficult. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. The internal affairs minister is the boss of Chief Zean Kawa. And why Chief Zean Kawa said that was because they have passed some laws that they should not use Sasewu, they should not call Sam, because those are forms of torture. But this is Africa. If there is a case that involves the state, and this is the only means, the state could go for it. He just needed that permit to be able to investigate traditionally where the children are, to show the children where they are, who all hands involved. And that is why they are preventing. They don't want us to know all those who are involved of this kidnapping of our children. So they had to threaten the papier. So to the point that he could not go with us the second time to unveil the truth. So that's what happened.
You know, this honestly, this sounds so ridiculous. It seems to me like you have country within another country. These are Liberians. These are citizens of the country. These are future of the country. They have the right to live, and for them to be taken somewhere, and then to say the same very government to say they need to get an approval. I just don't understand that. Have you guys reached out with the Ministry of Internal Affairs?
Yes, we did that. We wrote the ministry officially, where the three family heads signed that communication. And in our first meeting, after 9 days of the event, when the police called us through the IG office, they were there, present, and they assured us that they were going to ensure that Chief Zean Kawa gets the permit to be able to establish the rule court and get our children back to us, as early it was. And now, speaking of this time.
Okay. Let me ask this question. It's part of my job. I know it might sound so ridiculous here. This ritual thing, I was in Sano, that was as far as 1970 something, with this whole letter, thinking when GV20 went to Sano County, and anybody who knows that story, where the county superintendent, the attorney general, all of that, they were arrested. Those people, those kind of people, they form like a sort of society. So let me ask this question. Unknowingly, is there any family member who is part of that you don't know, that you have suspected as well? Because to see this to be going on like this, I just can't get it. Is there any family connected? Or is there some sort of people found themselves in a sort of what you call it, a traditional thing, and it is my time for my time. It is your time. These are the kind of crazy thing that is going on. Have you created any suspicion within the family that committed these boys to see what is happening? So, any apprehension?
No, absolutely no.
First, let me try to address one or two things you just mentioned about Reverend. Or you talk about 1977 episode. I'm also cognizant of it, but the stance taken by the government at the time made the government to actually appear absolutely neutral.
Right.
Government was prepared to make sure that the perpetrators of those evils were brought to justice. And indeed, you know, and I know fully what actually transpired. They were being dealt with up to the point of being executed by hanging. All right? You know the story, I know the story.
Yeah.
But yes, in the event where the judge becomes the facilitator of the criminality, the alleged criminal will always be beneficiary of acquittal. I want to repeat that. When the judge is considered to be facilitator of the criminality, the criminal in question will become beneficiary of acquittal. This should be the situation here. We've been made to understand that somebody from the higher up, people from the higher up are involved into being accomplices or cohorts to Mose in carry on ritualistic killings. So this is where actually it's becoming complicated, difficult for the families to be able to get redress. Because authorities are supposed to actually understand that 3 of their citizens are being absconded under the canopy of a purported drowning by Mose, are actually not applying the effort requisite to make sure that those citizens are brought forth. But instead, in fact, the families to some extent are being intimidated. Like the case of what we did today, protesting, making a demand, requesting for our children to be produced by Mose. Only to realize the police force became extremely brutal, beat onto the parents, journalists that went to cover the story of the protestation.
I saw that little live streaming on Joy TV. Taken away.
Say that again.
Say sorry.
I saw that live streaming earlier this morning on Joy TV, and I talked to our correspondent, a journalist, I believe. I don't know which network precisely he works for, but somebody was taken away. Now, with all of this unfold here, and that's what makes it so difficult, knowing this kind of person, knowing his character for all of these years, why would these people, why would they even try to seek contract? That's not a justification of whatever has happened to them. But let's go back to the point of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So what is the argument of the Ministry of Internal Affairs as well?
No, Reverend, I got one thing straight off. It is similar sounding that probably you misconstrue certain things. We didn't tell you that the families are being aware of Mose being a ritualist. You understand me? They got to be informed of Mose being a ritualist or recent.
After all of these things.
After all of these things. Okay? No one has known. In fact, Mose are being a personal friend to almost all the family members. That is the reliance he capitalized on. Because he contacted Mose Jr. through his father, Blambo Sr. Blambo Jr. was contacted through the father, Blambo Sr. Because he and Mose, along with Samuel Kofi Wood, they have been childhood friends. They all play football together. They've been known one another too long. That is the reliance he had. So no one has known him to actually be a ritualist. It is the occurrence of this story that made all these revelations to start coming. All of the appearances we made on the media outlet, people call from all walls, making us understand that this is not strange of Mose. He has been a ritualist. And even to the very area he considered to be the crime scene where the purported drowning took place, people in a particular area may also understand that the very island that he claimed, the Kinu Uno, is living, is an area where they have always performed their ritual by killing every month people from the very area to all of these things. We will never have known these things and trust our children.
This is crazy. That's what I don't like about Liberian people. They always, when things pass, that's when they began to talk about it. Why all of these people, they knew all of these things here, why this thing was not reported, why it did not get into the domain, in the public domain. So why would they keep such a thing? It shouldn't be a secret. He should be exposed. He should have been exposed long time to have avoided this sort of conversation that we are having now?
It's true, but part of the reason could be, even if it is proven to be your reality, authorities have never done anything to such group of people. That is the reason why people become lackadaisical. Only when the grievous aspect of that mischief comes to light, it is when you start to hear all of the past ugly deeds. This is just the case. Now this has been brought to light. What central authority really doing? So what was the essence of people actually letting people to understand that, oh, this man is a ritualist? When he's being caught in the act, police director is making the founders to understand they have not established any probable cause for which Moses should be arrested. Can you imagine that?
You see, and that come back to my point. That's the funny thing about this whole law here, because sometimes it's not like a guess game. Because when you go before the court now, they will want you to prove, and that's where I came from, was asking all of these people, can they come out to say, yes, we witnessed this, or this is what we have? Now, let me ask you, it was also reported, you guys will be better informed, it was also reported that there was a ring phone, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Have you guys established the identity, as to whether that ring belongs to any of those individuals that are missing?
No, the day is simple. I'm Samuka Kone. The person who actually is considered to be the owner of the ring phone is Honorable Adam Bill Kone, my older brother. That is the older uncle to Siafa Bana Boyma, one of the missing children, who has gone in search of the children. Also, interestingly, when he got there about to pray, when he raised his hand, actually as a Muslim now, when he raised his hand, no one knows how really it happened. He only felt his finger being flipped, and the ring left his finger and went straight into the water. He raised alarm that Marine has fallen into the water. Ironically and interestingly, it is the water that Moses cleaned the children got drowned in, and up to 1 week they have not found the body, but they were able to have discovered the ring the next day. As tiny as the ring would be compared to the size of a human body that had not been found when being pronounced drowning there, it is the same river that ring was being found. That is left with you to make judgment.
So yeah, very interesting. So how did Moses get to know that these people got drowned in the first place? Was he there? How you got that information?
That is the $1 million question. That is the $1 million question. As we speak, Moses has never won a fight.
And this is what this thing, it must take a strategic approach. If he's saying that these people got drowned, it means there are two scenarios here involved. Either he was there, or somebody who witnessed the drowning of these people might have given him this credible information. Has he answered that question? We'll try to.
That's the question he has never answered and has refused to answer. Moses, why did you pronounce death when you had not even considered the 3 days or 4 days traditionally? Moreover, Moses, were you on the site? Moreover, Moses, the 2 guys who claimed left behind that brought the information, did you go to the site upon hearing that? So those are the questions that we need to be asking Moses to answer, and Moses is not answering them. Even the police are not asking Moses this question, but instead they are protecting Moses and his properties.
This is the saddest thing here, because there are 2 things involved. When things happen like in the Western world here, if anything that connects my family or people that are close to, possibly they are people of interest. They're going to call me as a family person, and the last individual saying with these people, those people, they might be people, a person of interest, and based on the conversation or interrogation, probably they could be charged. As the police questioned has they questioned St. Moses?
The police claim that every day Moses goes to the National Police Headquarters and they take his statement. They ask him questions. They said that they don't have tangible evidence, clue to charge Moses. So if they keep Moses, the court will request through a law hypocrites and request his living body. And when that is done, they will have to give him. So because of that, Moses is a person of interest. After Moses had already pronounced that our kids got drowned, he had extended sympathy to us, and too many things.
So is the police also aware? Because this is crazy. I try to figure this thing out. I've never seen anything like this before. Is the police also aware, based on what I'm hearing from you guys, that Moses said these children got drowned? As the police asked Moses the question how they got drowned, was he there? Who witnessed it? How he got the information? Has the police been farsighted? And this is why I want to have Moses Carter here. We had an appointment. I know you guys are supposed to be here, but that they are one of the principal people to talk to. But unfortunately, he canceled. No call, no show. I'm still reaching out to him. I will be very patient, tolerance to get him here. As they asked that question, has he repeated that to the police as well?
All right. Interestingly, the police made us understand that they have interrogated Moses. But interestingly, what we've been told, if Moses told anything contrary to what he told us, then police will not be treating us fairly. Because what Moses told us is sufficient to even indict Moses. Lies were too much. Inconsistency was too much. In our thinking and reasonable mind too, for that matter, you'll be able to derive a prosecutor somewhere against Moses because of the inconsistency he gave in his explanation regarding the story. All right, Moses made people to understand that the children got drowned 9 o'clock, and he also told other somebody that he was not aware, he was lying and sleeping, and he woken up by 12:30.
Who woken up?
Got drowned.
That's what I want to talk to him. He's not picking my phone. So who woken up? Who gave it? These are possible clues that lead to to get a tangible answers, and that's what the police are following. That's what I want to have Moses Carter here, because I've seen he has appeared on a lot of shows, but I think the core questions to lead to possible answers to some of these apprehensions that we have, it has not been who called him, who was that person, what was the position of that person to call him, why was he called, why he did not call the family to say, hey, this is what happened to your children.
Let me try to explain some of these things to you. When the incident occurred as alleged by Moses was able to have called their church father. He and Blamo belong to the same church. So he called the church father to inform Blamo about the issue that had to do with their children drowning. And it is a father that called Blamo to inform him and send one of the priests to Blamo the next day on Sunday. But Blamo was able to ask the priest, when did Moses call you to tell you about this? The church father made Blamo to understand that Moses called him 9:30 in the night. Of the same Saturday night, he claimed the children got drowned. Now, interestingly and ironically, when Moses
Well, folks, just bear with us yet. That's the 21st century. Yeah. Are you there?
I'm there.
Yeah, we are here.
When this particular call, Moses explained to Blamo that he was lying down by 12:30. Samuel, who happens to be his partner on the Money Creek, who is Samuel?
Oh, my goodness. So, hello? Well, folks, just bear with us here. We are trying to seek answers to this here, and it's just unbelievable. I haven't seen any sort of scenario story in this whole thing here. People taking human lives to be like people playing with a toy. I can't believe for a sovereign nation, 100 and some more year independent to have a sort of system like this. And this what brings me to the questions: where are they? Where are the advocacy community? Where are they? It just seems to be left with only with the family. Where are they, and what sort of force are they applying to get government attention, the international community? Well, folks, hopefully they're going to join us back here. I'm Alphonso Zean of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. There are a lot of questions still unanswered, and I hope I will be a very resilience, tolerance, and I will still reach out to Director Moses Carter to get their side of the story, because who placed that call? Where was that person that placed that call? Did that call come from the mining side? Who was that person? Why the family wasn't told? And even while all of these things were just going on, wrapped around with the Moses and the family, and it wasn't even to report it. I don't know when it was reported, whether it's going to make a difference, but it should have been to report it, to be acted upon. How long this thing got within the public cycle. I hope my guys, the guests, they're going to join me here. I really sympathize with them because I don't think they deserve this. These are young men. Why they are not like, it's not like in Nigeria or somewhere to Sudan, rebel group or Boko Haram or these people holding people. Why people should keep them, why they should be killed in that way. And that's what I want to ask Director Carter. So who is the government and whose interest the government is protecting? These are questions that we need to know. Stay with me here. Let me see to take a break here. Hopefully here. This is Moses Carter, the police Deputy Police Director for Public Affairs. That's the Deputy Police Director for Public Affairs of the Liberian National Police. So we are hoping. I'm hoping for he to really get this, and that's what we need to ask the family. Whether any of them, that's what I asked them. In as much as we sympathize with, we have to ask them the tough questions. Are they also involved in any ritual, whether it was directed, whether it's connected to Moses or indirectly connected to Moses, and they are all found themselves to be there? We also have to ask them. We have seen this thing happening over and over. People commit themselves, they sign covenant, unknowing covenant, and when you sign that covenant, it's a blood you tie into it, right? And you can't get out. When you sign that covenant, it's a covenant. You can't get out. Only thing that's going to get you out probably your death or somebody. You have to make that ultimate sacrifice. What I still wait for them here, I try to wrap this thing around my neck. I will put a number out here. We always like to get the insight of the audience as well. They are our followers. They deserve the right to also give their take, to participate in the conversation. So I'm going to put a number out here while we still wait for it here. For those of you been following this sort of talking point here, but it's just crazy. And I hope to talk to any government official, especially the police. We have tried to call Minister Musa Zean, the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia, and they still have not answered our call. They promise answer. As a matter of fact, we talk, but to make time to appear here, that's another thing, and it's just bear with me. I'm trying to. I mean, we've been talking this thing here over and over, and it just sad to see. I don't understand why is it going like this. So it makes some of us to have a doubt. That's the number there, 682-433-8802. I'm hoping that they will join us here. If you want to participate, if you have an input, you want to make a contribution to this here, feel free to call. That's the number there, 682-433-8802. And I'm Alphonso Zean of the Liberia Public Radio 10 LPRI TV right here this afternoon. Stay tuned. This conversation is going. By the way, you can go to our official website. You can watch live video, our YouTube channel. You can subscribe. Let me go to this number here and get this name. Carter, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. So, my name is Joseph, and I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, my man, I tried to wrap this whole case around my neck, and it seems to be there's no neck tie. And it's I've never seen anything like this before. Do you have an idea what you think going on?
It's kind of like I've been following this since the inception, and
yeah, go ahead.
So thank you for all you do.
But then when I listen to government authority on other issues, then I try to say,
okay,
hey,
all right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on hold. Let me go back to them, then we're going to have that talking point. You guys can be there. All right. Pastor, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I will ask you a question. I'm not sure whether you got it. There was a phone call, this sort of tic-tac-toe phone call here. Have you guys established the identity, where that call was, where he was, who made that call, how he got that information? There must be we must trace the line here. There must be a source. There must be somebody that led to that phone call. Have you guys established the identity of that?
Well, not really that it was a phone call. According to the story they gave us, that there were 8 persons that left the camp. 6 persons got on the kingdom, leaving 2 persons behind. So the thing here is, how did those 2 persons got to know the kingdom got drowned in the darkness? At our 7:30 to 8, how did they get to know? Because it is not possible from where we went, the site where we went, for you to see across, because there is a big island that is between the river and the crossing point. You have to cross from the other end to the island, and then from the island to the point at which they said the kingdom capsized. So how does it 2 men got the information that the kingdom capsized? That's the thing about it. So the police should be doing those things. The police are not doing it. The 2 men that left across the water that took the news to Abraham, Samuel, and Moses, those 2 people should be brought in for questioning. The police have not done that.
That's what I'm coming to. Where are these people? Are they still alive? Where are they?
Yes.
Do you know?
They are alive.
No, I mean, they say alive. They are now in police custody. That's what I'm asking.
They alleged survivors. They are alive, but they are not in police custody. The lawyer of Moses signed for them. They are currently working sky-free as we talk.
Are you kidding me?
Like, seriously. It is sick.
So you guys went to the crime scene, but you guys were unable to reach supposedly where the gentleman, they assumed the gentleman are. You wasn't able to reach there.
We are not able to reach. We are not able to cross the point, because they said the only kingdom that was there, that the kingdom got destroyed, that is owned by Boba. But then here is something that will interest you. On Sunday, when the incident happened Saturday night, Sunday, Boba was in the village. He came to service because he got a church in the Venian village. On Monday, Boba was there. But only when we got there, Boba got missing. When we asked Boba, how did you come on Monday and Sunday and Monday? He said the village people provided him kingdom. The police people are not interested in these things. And what we're saying them, they are not interested in it. All they are interested in to bring dead bodies to us. We are not looking for dead bodies. So many questions. In the presence of Zean Sankara and that of the 2 CIDs from Monrovia, the CID from Burma, and the police commander in Burma, in their presence, Boba said those things.
You know, my whole hair is pounding here, to be honest with you. The Chief Zazakawa or whatever you're talking, they all should be collaborators. Because if he as a chief, whatever Chief Zoe, I don't know when they became Zoe, when Charles Taylor, the Prince Johnson, the Joy Bowley, all of those people came, everybody fled our country. Now they have become chief. The war, the actual bullet gun subsided. They dare to be doing other stuff here and say he waiting for order from the internal affair on the other side is not doing anything. Police not doing anything. So now people still living on that island. So how these people are living there? No kingdom now. So they stay that way to stay now.
So the story is that only Boba lives on the island. He goes there to make fun. That's the purported story they give us. The story that has no iota of truth. That's the story they give us. Wow. That only Boba lives there. It will interest you to know that the commissioner of that former district, the town chief of Venian, they don't know that place to be a crossing point. They don't even know that people use that place. So come to think of it, how frustrating it is that we have to cross river. We have to walk hours just to establish the truth, only to get to the side and hear people telling us nonsense. This is how far we've come.
I don't know how I can convince Moses Carter to come on this network here. Say it again.
You have to convince him. Then he come up. He can't go on other stations.
He agreed. I made him comfortable. He suggested a time. I end up tweeting our own schedule program just to satisfy, because I'm interested in getting to the battleland. I'm interested in talking to people who are in charge of the case, because this is quite fascinating to see what is unfolding in the country. Are you disappointed with what is unfolding in Liberia? And the reason I'm asking, what is the level of support you people are receiving as a family? We have 505 million. I come in 1 second. The reason I'm asking this question, we have more than 1 million organizations in the country. They're all acting in the interest of the people. I'm not sure how many of these groups are standing up with the family, giving you support, financial support, moral support. And I know it's difficult in the Western, in third world countries like Liberia to challenge a certain government. I know it is difficult, but the citizen, when they come to a resolve, when they stand together, when two of us going, and I kind of like hid behind the tree to see all let waxing along go ahead. How many of these people are they standing with this family in these difficult times?
And that is one of the most discouraging things about it. Everybody will tell us we are in support with you people. We will be there. Only to our utmost surprise today at our protest, we couldn't even have up to 50 persons. Besides the family and this human rights activist, one Abigail, along with other community people that are talking, is saying that. They say, but yeah, this is how we do.
They love being bystanders. They put you when the going gets tough and the tough gets going, then they say they are not part of it. That's the whole thing. Because if the citizens, if the people in the, and that's what I see all these politicians, we're talking about election. The very people that you want to lead, every day people are dying in that country, and you will still have them, they say they're campaigning, but tomorrow they will come and cry fast, say election is rigged. When you know the process is not conducive, it's not suitable, you still want to go inside. You are not even standing up for basic principles of life. The citizen, 3 votes already been out of there and more, and they still, and nobody coming together. Nobody is holding the government accountable.
This is something to interest you most. We lost 4 professional people in this country mysteriously. People who know themselves, who stand for standards, who have lived their life of professionalism. These people died. Not even their institutions have come up to give press release. Neither the country as a whole to rise up to say, if these things can happen to these people, what more about us who are also in this profession with them? One of these days, the same things will happen to us and not to be said. This is the country we find ourselves in. It's so frustrating. Like we said in our press statement, you don't pray to get in problem in this country, because when that happens, you will see the frustration and you even want to let go your own case. Just what we are going through right now, but we are not going to give up. Let the government.
To be honest here, and I really want them to live, so they will tell us the narrative, to tell us the story, what really happens and how it happened. That's my utmost concern here. But do you guys think these people are still are they still alive?
They are still alive. Very, very alive. We've been praying about this. Other traditional people have gone beyond the scene. People have gone to other people.
Traditional people. I don't even want to hear about them, because
the thing about it is that we are not having the feelings. That's the thing. For us, the Blamo family, when we lost our first child, Chichi, in a motor accident, we felt it. We had a feeling. Just this year of March 15th, about the morning hour, when we even lost our last kid, we had the same feeling. Everybody felt that something had left us, not even this one. Without having any feeling of such. This is where our college.
I get a call on the line here. Maybe they will have a question yet. This is I can't get over it. Hello, caller, are you there? Caller, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, all right. Sorry, please. Yeah, I get a gentleman on the line. Do you have a question for him, or you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something. I just saw.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Sorry, because he came back on. That's what I switched. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for always being there. You know the problem with us Liberians, we get on top and all of a sudden we let it go. This will continue to happen today. We have 4 or 3 young men. Tomorrow it will be another. Like the example of Odia Shema. Odia Shema mother cried on Facebook. People went Liberia, they try. That girl died in somebody's house and nothing came out of it. Prince, Little Prince died in a church. His body was broken into pieces. People didn't stand up for it. People were still going on with their normal business because it was not them. And then going on, the kids been going on that we reach to this young men kids. If Liberians can stand up for themselves, nobody will stand up for them. And they continue to call international
community. What kind of international community? You think the people stupid, they don't get work to do?
Where is the religious leaders that always with Josh? We are in numbers and he breaking ground and talking, say no protest, we don't want war. Where is the traditional leaders? Where is the mothers that are selling in the market? They all supposed to come up massively and tell the president that we need you to speak. This is something that the president is supposed to address the nation. This has to do with 3 men. Some of those men voted for him.
Let's assume they never voted. I don't think that should even be the argument. Let's assume they never even voted for him.
Yeah, even if they never voted, they are Liberian. They are Liberian. But Mr. Alphonso, as I said, we Liberians, we get on topic, and after a few days, we leave it and we go on another one. As we speak, the thing they say, "Oh, let them talk." After a few days, they will let it.
Because we are not unified. We are divided. Liberia is a country, God for all, everybody for themselves. If once that you're not from my country, you're not part of my political party, we're not speaking the same thing, then we fight our own battle. That's the problem that we are having.
Exactly.
So that's what I said. We don't have political party. We have social clubs in Liberia. These things don't happen in other countries. I'm not saying bad things are happening. But in this sort of time, election time, like where you see that it's so tense, people dying, and you see funny call themselves politicians, they're all running around, say they want contest, then tomorrow they can't tell us, say, oh, the process is not fair.
People have been dying before the election. There are so many cases that are supposed to be brought to justice for young girls and young boys that lost their lives. It was never brought to justice. Okay. The only way these children cases can stand unless we Liberians put hands together and stand our ground. Now today, now tomorrow, but we continue to stand our ground, and the family shouldn't give up. They shouldn't give up for no reason. They should stand strong. I in sympathy with you. I see your team. I don't know. But all I can say that we should stand strong and we should ask the government to bring St. Moses to justice. He needs to be to justice. And whatsoever information you know, no need of hiding it. And Mr. Alphonso, most of the people in the country, they know information, but they're afraid to come out and speak because they will die. Even when they go to court, nothing comes out of the case. If I go to court today and say I'm going to testify, the end of the day, they say no evidence. They throw the case after my life in danger.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me go back. I believe you're hearing the caller, right?
Yes, I'm hearing her. And the thing,
I mean, I'm wondering what kind of country is Liberia? It seems to be like a different country, completely on planet Earth. That people don't value human life. Now this is the aftermath of the war that we are experiencing. So when we look at the timing of this thing, why people summarily disappearing, people dying, and some people, when you go look the private parts and other parts of the body is missing, coincide with this sort of election. So it is a clear indication things that used to happen in the 70s, those sort of ritual thing, because they want to evoke that supernatural power to gain political relevance. That seems to be the one that is coming back in the country, or it's already there.
So these are the things that are happening. It will interest you to know that Liberia is such a country that we take other country matters so serious than ours. Just the incident of George Floyd. Liberians took the photo, Black Lives Matter. They were carrying it all on their pages. They changed their profile photo. Now we are talking about the lives of 3 Liberian children. 3 Liberian children. Their lives too don't matter. Are they not black? It should only be in America before it take their attention. This is just the country. We are only concerned about other things that happen in other countries. They are more of importance to us than our own country. We just talk, and then we hide ourselves. This is what we are going through in our country. It's very, very bad for us. Very bad for us.
Liberian politicians and advocates, they are psychedelic people. They don't want to go to jail. And I can tell you, I'm not saying it's a pleasure to go to jail, but to fight for a freedom, it comes with a pain. No pain, no gain. Nelson Mandela today, how many years he's still in jail before he's something. So if you think you just want to talk lousy talk, or without really action to really get the attentions of the people, we need serious conversation. That's what we need in our country, because the way we behave, so the international community, they don't even take us serious. They don't even know who's the good one and who is the bad one. And not just by standing in front of Spoon TV, 4 TV, or LPR, international community come. No, they will always tell you it is your own problem. You have to handle your problem. Until we can have a mature, tolerant politicians who are mature, who are willing to make sacrifice, they are the one that have the pressure group. They can bring government to submission to say, hey, this is not right. And we mean what we say, but they don't do it. I learned that some family members were taking us in Moses today to go see Body.
Yeah. So today what happened is that on Monday we had a press conference outlining all of the levels we have gone as family, also stating counts that the police will use to have Moses and the accomplice in jail. We also stated our dissatisfaction about the government. So that event, we said that we wanted to stage a peaceful protest that will bring to the attention of the international community. Though we have written, they have not gotten any redress. We've written the U.S. Embassy, we've written ECOWAS, we've written the Council of Churches who have been working. We have written the Muslim Council. We've written the Female Lawyers Association of Liberia. We've written the UN Resident Coordinator in Liberia, and so many other people. We've called on all of the international communities and partners, though we have not written them, but yet and stay, we've not gotten anything. So we gathered today to call on and to draw their attention only to our dismay. The police had to use brutal force on us, fighting us, stealing our properties.
Wow. Let me tell you, the international community is a business-oriented institution, and they don't just get and jump into people things. You who have the issue, if you can't stand up for yourself, if Liberian people cannot stand, or if they can't come together to say, well, the problem of these three gentlemen, it is the problem of the country, it is the problem for all of us, you will not get anything. Because if they see institution, they have all these 555 advocates they do, political party, over 1,000 Rainbow Coalition, CPP, coalition, the CDC or whatever the case. If these people cannot unify to find a common ground, to attack problem, to face issue, it will be difficult. The international community does not have our own police to say they're going to send across the river to go do it. No, they can just only prevail on government, not on pressure government. And the only way to pressure government, that has to come from the citizens themselves. They have to see the seriousness. The citizens have to show the seriousness. But where you calling for protests, other people right there said in market, in market, they said the people are not serious. They don't value him alive. That's what's happening in the country. And it's just so sad to see what is unfolding. So what are you guys, what are you guys, what is your lawyer telling? Are you guys taking it to court, yes, or what you do?
Finally, after a serious attempt where lawyers turned us down, Kofi Woods and his team have decided to help us. So he was the one who today, after Mr. Blamo, his wife, and some other family member, including my wife, when they were beaten and taken to the police station, he was the one who went there and had to advocate for them to be released. So he has come into the picture, and we're going to work with him. But in an effort, we will continue to let the world know that let this government stand up for this case. This case will not be like the other cases that Philip Innes, who up to present investigation is still going on. Matthew Innes, whose investigation is still going on, and the government have not even told us since he passed. This case will be a very, very different one. They need to understand that.
Wow. You know, I don't know. This is so troubling and very, very, very much alarming. And like I said, international community, those people have tons of problems. You see, our on the Goliath here already, they warn him, you say, you're not getting down, and all kinds of things they're doing. So those people, they are crowded with their own problem. Until Liberian can be sympathetic, until Liberian can come to a resolve that indeed we have to be together as one family. Isaac and Conan problem is my problem, and not be selective. Okay, there's one here that's so, and that's part of the problem. And that's what I see most of the people that say on Facebook or we do podcast, when something bad happened to Seditian, they say, oh yeah, that's Seditian. When something bad happened to the Liberty Party, they say, oh, that's it. That's not it. We are Liberians until we can solidify our position as a Liberian for one objective. Anything that concerns waxing, it should be my trouble. But we don't do that. We become more selective where to go protest, when to protest, and how to protest. This is a serious problem. And if the Christian, the people called, the country says is built on Christian principle, okay, that's fine. If this Christian community, the Muslim community, all of these groups, if they can't claim their concern to get to national government, to face Kinu, to go to Fanti people, to West Point, or whatever they can get Kinu from, to go get that Kinu, to go to that place and get these people and go and find it, I don't know then whenever they're going to do it. But
everybody's backing up. They just want to be in the corner, say, oh, we're calling, we're talking, we're doing this one, we're doing that one. The physical aspect, we speak more and louder. We are not seeing it. We are not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm taking call. You still have little time there?
Yeah, if you give me a little time, I can still be with you for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, let me just see and get you. Yeah, Lofa Julius, you can call. Oh, yeah, Julius, you can call, please. I mean, this sort of I don't understand. I don't understand. How do you feel? You are a citizen, an election coming, and you potentially going to vote. And that's a good thing in this country. When the people ready their own anger, they can vent their anger to the ballot box. But people are going to vote the same very people again. Then tomorrow they turn around and complain. Let me go to this caller here. Caller, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your name and where are you calling from? Go ahead. 215. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the point I was trying to make is that something to link people to this kind of situation, like somebody can say, if you don't have evidence.
Yeah, for the 5 seconds, let's make it quick before it's late on our side.
Okay, yeah. So for some reason, the reason why you see people can be fast to link the government is because when you listen to people who propagate the government messages, it can be contradictory. Like I listened to Moses Carter on Ashwa Gale's show when he was talking about the journalist that got killed in Banga. According to him, the reason why the police were fast to apprehend the suspect that killed the guy and the friend is because the conspirator is because the police went and did phone record trace. They traced the phone records of Chris, and that's how they found out that Chris communicated with his friend and they arrested the friend, and the friend killed the guy who killed Chris. These boys been missing almost 30 days now. The police have record trace on Simoses or the boys or Blamo or whoever. The police are not even able to make a phone record trace. The same thing with the auditors.
Okay, let me go to thank you so much. Let me go to the next person here. 608 number 9794. Are you there?
Yes.
Hey Julius, how are you? I know you've been talking on this thing here, man. I don't know. I try to get it over my head, but I can't find no answer, unfortunately.
Okay, well, comes in when it comes to Liberian, and you hear everybody, and excuse me, I may go a little bit emotional here, but you hear everybody got loud mouth, right? Everybody can talk to a certain extent, but when you call for action, you see then everybody back up because it is not the immediate relative.
Yeah, but that what happened. That's what I'm talking about. People want to find interest in certain things.
Right. The people who are involved in this are people who somehow they ride side with a political party. You see the political rallies going on in Liberia today. How many politicians have you heard mention they will go to rallies instead of creating awareness? They're not doing it. They're not doing. Look how many people show up today at St. Moses. In solidarity with the family that have been out there. You would have think that the entire street would have been counted. No car should have been going on the street. But look how many people came out there today.
Julia, hold on. Let me go to him. I think.
Let's go on a little bit.
Yeah.
Earlier today, this is Siafa's Wema's mother. We went to the protest and people were beaten. They are just coming home. The government asked us to go and see the body and let she tell you what she saw out there.
Okay, hold on 1 second. How you doing, oh?
Thank God, my dear.
Well, you're sorry, or this sort of talk here, the kind of conversation I like to have with old people. I know it's heartbreaking. What happened to you today?
Today, we went to go protest to Simose funeral home.
Wow.
When we got there, we were standing up, protesting. The people started beating people. They started tear gassing us. They started flocking people, putting them in the car, chunking people in the car, even the journalists that were there. They beat the journalists, they stole people money and all. The police people. Yeah. They took money from people's pockets, they took money from people's bags and things. They started beating us, tear gassing us. Then they arrested our family members, and they carried them and they put them in the basement. I was when they would join them in the basement. Later on, the director came, he called us there. We went there, we talked, they said we should go see body. He said because he mostly told them that one of our children body. So our lawyer said, okay, if this is the case, y'all go there and see the body. That how can we want to strike her to go see the body? It's none of our children's body. So the Timothy was just making a story.
Okay, we have the other mother here in person of Mistress Blamo. She was also on the scene. She will tell you her experience.
Hello.
Hello, Auntie. How are you?
Yeah.
Wow. What happened to you today?
We went to Simose today to do our protest. Standing up, we just with our placard in our hand. That the police start running behind us, beating us, collected everything that we had. The journalists were with us, running behind Blambo, myself, our children there, and collected us, manhandling us. Up to now, all my body, every part of my body, they used the batu to beat us today. Tear gas off, firing gun behind us. Yeah, so we don't have nobody to stand with us. Nobody. And at the end of the day, arrested or carried on to a knowing place that our lawyer called them and told the director that if they take us any other place besides Central, he was going to take it out with them. That had to carry us to Central, and our lawyers went there today. And the only thing they had to tell us, how they got no claim on Moses, they said they can arrest Moses because they found body, and we told them, say we are looking for living body and not dead body. Say we can go see the body, we disrespecting them. So our lawyer came in and said that if that's the case, we'll go and see the body today. We want to go see the body. I want to take that people all person from and carry it to us. Somebody, when you see the body, everybody who will feel they will know exactly what is going on in the country here. Yeah. So we asking everybody, the world as large, to come to our rescue and our aid. We want our children back because we are married today. How we are stubborn, Blamo, stubborn. Yeah, Blamo, you want to listen to them, want to comply with them. In which way? Let them tell us. Let them tell us what kind of way we want our children back. We're not going no secret for anything. That's why I told them today. If they like it, let them kill me. They should kill me, but I want my son back. Today, I told them, please blank. We went to do our protest. We never want to go home on another Muslim property. We never want to home on another Muslim property. One of the policemen told us today he was in plain clothes. I want to bring some Muslim property, so they got right to protect it. That reason one floor more say he got right to protect Muslim property, but he got nothing to do with us. And they said that the police already asked if he, I don't want to send your children in the bush. A remark he made.
See that kind of
yeah. If he don't want to send your children in the bush.
Hold on, Ente. Are you saying is that what the police director? What are he saying your children in the bush? Oh my goodness. Wow. Are you hearing me? Well, folks, just this is, I don't know. Are you hearing me? Let me see what I can. Well, I really want to get that from her. Just bear with us. The internet service, and I know it's kind of a little bit late in Liberia. This is a serious problem. Let me see here. I see her. Let me just go back here. Julia, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I wanted the mother. I think she's kind of went off. Hopefully, she went. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say this, right? You know, listening to those mothers cry out, you know, about their child being missing. I just want to say this to all Liberians out there. I have been saying this for the past week, but I will be in DC and I will be protesting for our boys to be brought back. If you're Liberian and you want to join me in DC on the 20th, which is on a Friday, it is definitely up to you. But if we don't stand up for something today is not any one of our immediate relatives. So we all can sit down and sit on every platform and say, oh, they should have done this. They should have done that. They should have done this. But if we all don't stand up today, when it hits your door, other people will sit the same way and look at you and laugh about it the same way. So if you want to, we can all gather in D.C. But whether or not anybody join me, I won't be in D.C. They must bring back the boys alive. The government should play her role. The government should play her role as that guard and shield for every citizen in the country. And we just cannot continue to sit out here and talk. Since they cannot get the protection in Liberia to protest, I can protest here and I am completely protected. I know I can protest and I will be heard somewhere. Thanks for having me on, Mr. So. I will be in DC on the 20th. Thank you.
All right, Lofa, thank you so much. This is, I don't know, this one here. I heard a woman saying that the police director asking him whether that he the one send the children in the boat.
I tell you,
are you kidding me?
My daughter for the same thing. The police only call one. I want to give my contribution. I know Patrick Suru.
Yeah, go ahead.
My daughter was affected.
Are you kidding me?
She was attacked. We are in America now. I had to go to the state hospital 2 months in Ghana, and we're in the States now with my daughter. I'm telling you, I am in tears. I know Rosemary personally. We grew on the bypass together, and I know what it would mean going to our in tears, going from newspaper and going to the police, the same thing. So I'm a living witness. If I can join a group to go to the White House, I am waiting.
You know, and see, part of this here, and that's why sometimes we talk here, it's not just all about talking and having whatever thing. If you can't, our politicians, their inability to establish contact, they don't make friends. All the people that are advocating for them, you will never see them one day they come to America here and even visit one senator or representative or city mayor. How you think your country is going to be connected? You think you're going to stand in the street and cry international America can? No, you have to establish rapport with people so that when there's anything, you can take a phone call, because these people, they have different committees responsible for Africa. Africa is huge and they're going to have different places, but they don't do it. If the politicians, That's what I don't say. They are all social club. It's just all about themselves. All the people that are running around here, once you give them that 9 years, that 6 years, forget it. They're just doing all of these things here. By the time you go look, they will be doing stuff on their own on their set. It's so annoying.
It's so serious. It's serious. So people dying. You. My God, now. Today in the States, in Manchester, beside our American community or now in the States, I have written the representative around here.
Okay, let me.
In New Jersey and the King. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me go to the next person here. This Liberia story part is like, I don't know, like a complete.
Yo, I'm ready to say something.
Okay. 302, is that 302 speaking? 302, are you there? Please lower your monitor, whoever that is there.
302, is that 302 speaking? Yeah, Rami, Matia.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you so much. Let me go to the next person here. 763 number, are you there? Okay, let me see. I think I have them back here. Just all right. Just hold on. Let me go back to my group here.
Okay, I was still talking.
Yeah. Okay. Ante, hold on one second. I know you go, but I heard you saying Patrick Sulu, the police director, say he wasn't the one that's carrying the quick. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that was the regular statement he said to the family today as to whether he was the one that sent the children in the bush. That was the regular statement he made today to the family.
That's why he said to us today, and hiding too much, it never went well with me at all. I felt disappointed in him, and I told him, I said, Mr. Sula, I'm feeling disappointed in you for you making that statement. He wanted to dodge it, and we put him back on the track. At the end of the day, I said, but then you're telling us that we don't have no justice in Liberia, no justice at all for us. So I'm begging you people to try and come to our aid. We want our children back. Please.
I don't know.
Please. You're trying to help us. Thank you.
So you are hearing it? I think you have to speak with Mr. Blambo himself, so you can hear the entire story also.
It was at the police. Yeah, let me talk to Mr. Blambo.
Yeah, he was even beaten today. His money, everything was stolen from his pocket. Let me come.
Wow.
He's coming to the camera. We are in total. We don't even know confusion in this country.
Mr. Blama, how are you?
Well, I'm doing my best. Thank God I'm still alive.
Yeah, I mean, if I say how are you, that's just part of the courtesy, but I know you are not feeling good as a father. I too, as a father, I would never have my child to be on such a condition to ask, say, how you feeling? What happened to you today?
Well, I'm firstly grateful to God that I'm alive. Because we got intel last night that the police were mobilizing to get rid of us, to send a message June 16 protest. So what we did was, there was a huge gathering and we decided, look, not everybody should come up. We, the immediate family who lost our children, we go in front of the funeral home and just sit and begin to pray and sing with placards. When we walk there, they got instruction for us to find me. Say, I don't want to do I'm doing the talking too much. So they start looking for me among the group. They said all of a sudden, so the one that Blama Yanse for Zunfo identified me, identified my wife, identified my pregnant daughter, identified my brother, and identified my sister-in-law and a journalist. And they started, they brutalized us. I mean, at close range, look, I fired 50 pieces of tear gas. fire and smoke the whole area in the mist. Then they want pour in the van that is, with this kind of net all around it. Police pick up. Said they should take us. I had $500 because we are going there to spend 3 days so that we could buy rice, buy soup and water, and to keep us up because we decided we're going. 3 days, peaceful protest, nobody will carry any violence, we just remain there. So the money was in my back pocket, they pull me up, try to pull me in the pickup, they took the money. Then they were taking us to our new destination. We decided to call the councillor, and he called the director, the police director said he had no idea what was going on. But he was going to ask them to bring us to Central. And they took us to Central. But what we realized that today, the police officer who maltreated us and manhandled us were not regular police officers. These guys were criminals, I think. Most likely, I mean,
so hold on now. Were they in uniform?
Pardon me?
They were in, you realized that they were not police officers. So what were they dressed in? Were they in police uniform?
Police uniform, exactly. But you could tell because somebody could not even walk in the bush. They were one man trying to beat, 5 men trying to beat one person, and they falling around the person because the boots were heavy. The riot gear was so heavy on them, and they were all falling by themselves. So we knew, and then when I went back later on to the funeral home, I was told by a lot of people that they knew the people. Some of them were prisoners, they released from prison, and they put uniform on them to go and attack us today. But we got to the police director, we got to Central, they took us to the basement. They got some kind of locked room there, they put us inside. Later on, the lawyer went in, Kofi went in, and requested us to go up to the police director office in a conference room. And when we got there, the director was annoyed that we are talking to the press. We are belittling the police and denigrating the police, and he was very angry. In fact, we got one body to the funeral, you don't want to go see it. Why are we going to see their body when we shouldn't be talking the issue of their body now? But there are a lot of convinced us to go there and say, just clear the doubt, you go there and view the body. So we took the 3 boys' photos and went to go show it to the funeral home, and we showed the pictures of the 3 boys, and then they compared with the body. The body was extremely big, an older man, maybe 60 or 70 years old person, older person. So there was no match. Even Striker saw it, he just buzzed and laughed. And then the policeman who took us, R6 who took us, he saw it, he said, realized that the picture was far from the body they had lying there. But here is the thing. Here is the thing. We are aggrieved, and we took ourselves to the funeral home. Since the government said they don't have anything to do with Moses, Moses took our children. So we're going to sit there in the rain, the sun, until somebody can talk to Moses to return our children. In the process, instead of having people to come say, oh, Lord, counsel them and talk to them, they fire live bullet on us today. Automatic rifle at war. When we placards, check gas, 50 rounds were counted, 50 explosives went off. And the fire over our head with automatic AK rifle and all that kind of thing. Now, if Moses is innocent, Why will Moses be paying these people to do what they're doing to us? If he's actually innocent of this situation, why? So we had to leave the funeral with one warning that we don't talk to the press, we don't do this, we don't do anything. So we should be quiet to give them time to do the ritualistic sacrifice. And we are not going to be quiet unless they kill us too. That's where we are.
I don't know. Mr. Blama, you know, this is a very difficult thing to have this sort of conversation. Your child, and this is being ongoing. Do you think you're going to get the answers to all of these things that's ongoing? Seeing what order is unfolding, do you think you're going to get an answer?
You know, I put a question to the police director today. I said to him, if we were to tell you exactly the house those children are presently in, can you go there? Because we got the information of big hands behind this. And you know you don't have, if even we told you, just by mentioning it, you will be dismissed as police director. And I told you to his face, you cannot go there. You cannot give us such warrant. So we have to keep making it until we can have outside intervention. But for Liberian National Police, they will be of no help to us. Because right now, the police are trying to find all means they conniving with Moses to produce any dead body they can find to convince us. The only thing that bothering them right now, they don't have the photo of the children. If they have had the photo of the children, they will ask Moses to restructure a dead body that will look like them for the police to turn over to us. And they are capable of doing it.
So from all indications, I don't think with all that is going through now, you just don't trust the system. So what are you going to do, Mr. Blama, with family? Will you still protest? See what happened to you? You still go back there?
We're going to the American Embassy tomorrow to ask the U.S. government for help to come to our rescue. And the day after, we're going to ECOWAS and see what help they can give us. With the independent investigator here. Independent investigator. Just for one journalist to have gone up to the bush to do an independent investigation, they beat that man almost to death today. They beat him. When they heard he was the one that went there and interrogated people, and he got the facts from there. Just by knowing that today, they beat him when they spotted and knew that he was the one. They didn't play with him today. So that's the situation we find ourselves in.
Do you feel that your country has disappointed you?
Say that?
Do you feel what all your country, your own country, our country has disappointed you? Because there should be what about police and community relationship. I don't see that happening. Police should be a partner with the community in order to even curb the crime. But if there's no relationship, there's no connection, you don't, because they're going to be the first people that you obviously going to face to intervene. And I heard, I don't know whether you're aware for the other lady to say, the police director to say, I didn't tell your children to go in the bush. Were you there when I stepped out?
Police telling us that, can you imagine? I did not send your children. When your children are going, they didn't inform police. They get caught and you want police to produce them. They're holding us responsible. So this is the situation, my dear brother. If we don't have international help, maybe we will be going one by one. They will start hunting us and killing us one by one. If I have put on any resistance today, they will shout me instantly and say, I was resisting arrest. If I have tried to resist that arrest today, that machine gun the guy had to my stomach, I just politely walk in the car. I was entering that car with ease, they were still beating on me. They were beating on me. But I needed my life, so I submitted myself. And they were not taking us central, they were taking us wherever they wanted to take us to do what they wanted to do.
Do you think the Liberian people on your side with all the things that are going on? Do you think that way? Liberian people in Liberia, especially the advocacy the community, all of these pressure groups, are they on your side?
They are on my side, but they know the truth, and that everybody is afraid of their lives. That's the problem. If it got to the point where we couldn't even get a lawyer, we couldn't get somebody to rent a vehicle in Monrovia. go to a car rental, everybody's afraid. We went to 4 lawyers, they turn us down. As soon as they hear the case is between we and St. Moses, to tell us straight to our face, say they can't help us. As much as they're in sympathy with us, they can't help us. That's where we find ourselves right now.
What is the Ministry of Internal Affairs saying here? That's why I don't even get. It's like there's a country in country to say that the children are to this place here, but they need to get an approval from home. This is not like a terror group that are looking for ransom, demanding money, or to say we have to pay money. I don't think there's a government in government, whether they get ZO or they don't have ZO. I don't care. These people, they are under the supervision of a national government. So what sort of approval, what is the Ministry of Internal Affairs saying in this whole matter here? Is that Kino they're looking for to go or what? What is the deal?
The children are no longer on the island. The children are taken from the island and brought to Morovia. The children are in Morovia and everyone don't know.
Is that your understanding? Is that your understanding the kids that those guys are in Morovia now? Wow, I don't know. My hair said hating now. This is so ridiculous. My goodness.
They are fully aware.
So
the children
you said the children, according to your information, you said they are in Morovia now?
They are in Morovia now. They are now on the island. Police got 25 men team on the island. They're not there. They have searched the island already. And when before the police went in, they sent vehicle and took them from there and brought them to Morovia. And then they allowed the police to go in there.
Who you think facilitated that?
So high up in government, because everybody is tight lipped. All ministers who are supposed to give us help cannot say anything to us. Everybody is tight lipped. Their hands are tied. The police have just 1 or 2, 3 there, but all the other group.
Let me ask you this question. I really sympathize with the situation, but is there any confidence between you and the St. Moses, directly or indirectly, to see what is happening? Is there some sort of agreement in the past, knowingly or unknowingly?
You know, Moses and I were friends, but not to the extent where I knew his activity. You know, to be frank, I'm afraid of their body in the first place. So I never went too close to him so that to eat, I used to be afraid to even eat with him. I hope he comes from playing with their body and we'll just laugh about it. So we had nothing personal, you know, or so, or anything like confidence. Well, what's this? Jesus.
Is there any reason that you think he's getting? Are you assuming later, based on what we all talking about here? Do you think he has a reason for which he's doing what he's doing?
The police director threatened to take illegal action against me because I said in the no. I said, yeah, go ahead and issue any rate on us. You know, because the man who had our children told us he had our children, and we were not in authority. He explained that to us with Zazankara. Now you, the director of police, you said you talk with the man one-on-one. He didn't have any.
Mr. Bluma,
yeah.
Talk to me here. Anything, and I know you have been explaining it, and I might sound so repetitive here. I'm sorry if I did, but I'm my first time having a conversation with you. Is there anything that you and Moses, St. Moses, you and St. Moses only know that we don't know that you think we need to know at this time, and this is overdue? Is there anything that we need to know?
In fact, between Moses and I, we used to see sometimes once in a month when he got a breakdown and wanted us to go there, we do it. I was running his escort motorcycle, they didn't repair them. I get paid and leave. We never had the time for the last 10 years to sit out, go out in. There's nothing between Moses and I. Nothing.
Why do you think him knowing for all of these years here, why do you think he's doing what he's doing to you? What do you think? What is going through your head? Did you see this coming to you?
I would have never thought. And it took me some time to even believe that Moses was in this. I thought somebody was setting him up. That's why I went up there to independently investigate. But the other two children who are also missing, their parents, Moses knew them more than he knew me. The other children were born, he knew them well than he knew me. It's just that I had a technical experience that sometimes he needed, so he would call me. And the other people were with me. But he knew them far better off than he knew me. He was just sure that he could have done this, sold our children for $1 million, and then come back to us and just tell they were drowned, and we just believe it and start preparing for memorial service. That's all. He calculated, he just felt he could tell, and we have trusted him and believed him.
You said the children are in Monrovia now. Do you know where they are in Monrovia? Because all of these things here, when you go into other people, I know you and I are talking here, it must sound ridiculous, but even if you go to the American embassy, you go to other agencies here, it will not just become a conversation that they will want to ask for evidence. Is that something that you can prove that they are in Monrovia now?
If we get to the embassy, we will be able to tell the embassy the exact house he's in, because we have people working on it. But we need to have independent investigator who will go in. And that's our problem right now, because if I told the director, he can't go there. If I told the minister, he won't go there. So we are still in pursuit, because they're moving them from one point to the other, one point to another. They're not keeping them at one place. Tonight, we got people watching on them. When they move them, they will tell them, we'll get our information tomorrow or anytime soon.
Are they trying to take their life? Is that what they are? Is that a goal? That's the ultimate goal, to take their lives away?
You know, when elections are coming, these people believe in this ritualistic killing, use the blood to get, influence people, the power to influence people. This has only been happening long ago in Liberia. Now it's rampant nowadays. And for information, because I also talk show hosts, some people call and say they know a particular person who won 50 young men, blood for his sacrifice. So you see what's happening. And if he got the influence, he will influence everybody. That was happening.
Wow. I don't know. What do you hope to achieve when you go to the embassy? Are you still going to the embassy tomorrow?
We are going to the embassy tomorrow. We want to appeal to them to help us. If they can have independent investigators work along with the police, that would be great for us.
Because the saddest thing about it here, the embassy, they will do, but at the end of the day, it comes to the government. Whether we like it or not, the government will have to give them the go ahead. That's where the problem going to be. They're going to talk to the government. They're not going to bring their own police to say, okay, this is what the people told us. We're going to go in there. We're going to go to their house. We're going to go into this community. This is where it is the government herself have to facilitate that process. They have to open up. That's where the problem will be. Do you think they will do that?
Well, we are praying. We are praying. We're not only going to depend on the U.S. Embassy. We are going to talk to ECOWAS leaders, because we are Africans. And if they can bring us independent investigator, we have our appointments around to do, search, and then we provide the information to them. And I'm sure with the help, we'll be able to get our children wherever they got them hidden in Monrovia. But we need independent investigators for now.
My guess, looking at you, your expression here, to let you down.
Well, the police let us down. But one person who is very optimistic that God will not let us down. God will be there for us. And with the help of God, somebody from somewhere will come and expose these people and expose the diabolical and demonic acts. They want their power, let them use their family while they're using our children. Moses want, even if the police were to just use 10 minutes on Moses, Moses will tell them the facts. Moses will tell them 10 minutes on Moses. He will confess to them. And I'm sure he has done so, but it's just a cover up going on right now.
Do you still consider him as a friend or neighbor? Do you still see him as a friend?
That guy is the worst nightmare for me right now. It's the worst nightmare. I mean, my son, if this country had, you know, private, you know, detective and thing, woman would sell everything we got to pay that person to get our son back. We will sell everything I ever own. My houses, I will sell all of my houses. My cars, I will sell all and get my son back. Pay.
Oh, the reason I was asking whether your country let you down, because this is human life. And I'm not saying involvement that it should be engaged. If I say engaged, I'm not talking in the context of violence, but that we get the government to the table for people to see. I'm not seeing that happening. So it kind of like it wonders like, do we have people that will stand up for citizens, that will protect lives and property, that will stand up for their citizens, no matter what their political affiliation is? I don't see that in the country, but everybody now they on their campaign, and yes, yesterday people discovering body all over the place, and it seems to be like a normal routine now. We talk, who knows, before tomorrow again we'll be hearing another thing happening any other parts of the country. It is scary.
Exactly. Everybody who need power now need human being to make blood sacrifice, and that's the situation now. Let them use their own children, use their family. What they taking our children for? Our children are not there. We know that.
All right, we will still leave it here. Let me go to this caller on the line here. The person that's still on the phone here. Let me come to this person here. Sorry, 716-6025. You there, caller?
Yeah.
All right, I'm so sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in tears right now because it's so sad. Country that you depend on for people to help, especially the police, the government to intervene when the citizens are being kidnapped. They are not doing anything. This is so sad. For the police to start beating the victim, I have never seen this before. I have never ever seen this before. This is so sad and so lamentable. I mean, what used to see Moses was very, very poor. These boys are like, they have the right to live. They have the right to live. I expect the Muslim community, the Christian community, I expect NGOs, I expect other advocacy groups to be there today. Rather, only the few families and few empathizers were there today. That is so sad. This is about Liberia. This is not about just the 3 boys. They are Liberians. Today could be your child, could be somebody, and this thing is so embarrassing. The people are going through peace and sorrow. Then you take your hands and put in the tear gas in there. I thought police was there to protect lives and property, rather than to protect. The price rather than be passing around, getting free, and the government taking and the government ballot and putting things in Moses, giving him more credence like nothing is going on. What kind of country is this? Is the one who voted in power? Is the one who wanted us Liberians? It is so sad. It is so sad. Is that what we wanted? Is that what voted Judge we are in power for? To poison tears, to bring sorrow and disgrace to us? This is sad. This is really sad. I'm so aggrieved. I'm joining Judah to go to the embassy on the 20th. I'm joining Judah to go to Washington, D.C. This is bad. Because if the police camp, if the government camp, who are we going to cry to? Who? This is so embarrassing. This is it's so terrible. Those 3 boys are not dead, they are alive, and they know they are alive. How the person is he a dummy? He can't talk. He can say he has been kept now. If he was like, wouldn't he be opening a mouth to talk? He has been so mute. So what's going on? What's wrong with him? What is this?
Okay.
I'm so embarrassed.
Well, all right. Let's just take it easy. Let me go to a few people here again, and we're going to be cutting there for the day here. 610, are you there? 610. Uh-oh. 610, I think 317 here.
Hello?
Yeah, 610, are you there? 317.
Yes, hello, I'm there. Hello.
Yeah, okay, go ahead quickly before I go back to
I want to ask you a question, and my question is, he's a member of a Catholic church, and also his son is a member of the Catholic church, and Mr. Brahma also a member of the Knights of Marshall, which the two churches is a member also. So what is the two churches is doing to helping as a brother, and also what the Catholic church is doing to helping as a member?
Okay, hold on 1 second. Mr. Blama, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You heard a question?
You know, if I told you the story, the Chief Justice son damaged my vehicle in Monrovia some 2 years ago. Ran into my car, nearly killed my entire family. My wife was in that car, my children were in that car, my grandchildren were in that car. And his son was hit after the accident. Just a few minutes, another car ran into the two cars that were parked waiting for police to come and do a diagram. Another car came and ran in and sprung his legs. In that case, my car was impounded by the Chief Justice for 1 year. 1 year. The only good thing was I didn't go to jail. That was the only good thing. I didn't go to jail, and I was in the right.
What already terrible happened to you, Mr. Blama? You've been going through a lot. What's going on?
1 year, my car was impounded at the police station. It was never repaired, and we just left it like that. We just left it because, I mean, the police would tell me, say, look, the man is the highest arbiter of the law. What can we do? We can't summon him to the police station. The other driver was in jail for 1 year as punishment. 1 year. Car insured. Driver who drove that car was a licensed driver with a car insured. But they said they were not going to honor that insurance. They grabbed that man, put him in the jail, and the insurance company sent his son to Ghana for treatment. Air lifted him, carried Ghana, treated him, and brought him back. I mean, and then we just have to walk away.
Okay. All right. Let me go to a few people here. Then I know it later, like, bro, you went through a lot today. So let me. Okay. I think you get an answer there. 612. Thank you so much. Let me go to these last two numbers here. 317 and 709. Are you there? I wouldn't know who's calling on this one unknown here.
Hello.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah, 317 number. What's your name and where you calling from? Go ahead quickly. 30 or 40 seconds.
My name is Nelson David. I'm calling from North Dakota.
Okay.
My question to Mr. Bramo is, what is the Catholic Church doing to help retreat a member? Because this board is first question is a member of the Catholic Church. So what is the Catholic Church doing to help him? And what also his brother that is in the fraternity also doing to help him, Mr. Bramo, get their member? So that's my first, what the Catholic Church is doing to help him.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, let me go to this other number here. 704 number, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what's your question?
I don't have a question, but I want to say something. I don't want to make you speak.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Okay, my name is C. Paulo Gule. I'm from Minneapolis. Oh, you see, but what I'm trying to say is, you see, every 2020 we always go to the government because what is going on there? So, I mean, why would this take and not even help the people instead of after the people that really, I mean, it's funny. Eh? I mean, I don't understand what kind of government will go after people who cry and who get tears. Where after them? You know, I mean, it's just tricky. I mean, we put this woman in power for the protection of the, I mean, building community road, building market is good. But it's not the people's lives. You went in power to protect people's lives. For the citizens not to go after them when they need you. You see? So, I mean, I've believe 100% that I agree that big things are behind this thing because why would everybody be new? Why?
Okay.
Why would everybody be?
All right. Thank you so much. Soon be going. Thank you. That's the last caller here. 610. Are you still there?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your final point?
I don't have a question, but I want to say something. You see, every 2020, all we go to the government because what is going on there? So, I mean, why would this take and not even help the people instead of after the people who cry and who get tears?
My name is Maurice Dunham. Brother Brahma, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's so pathetic that the both of them, Blamo and Moses, are friends of mine also. But I think the police, with my experience of security science, I think they have not been able to establish a case because they have been bought already. Because I've been listening throughout this entire episode. The crime scene, according to Blamo, was never visited by any of the authorities said they carried it into the bush. Now, if somebody is accused and the person admits that I took these poor children, they shouldn't be flying the streets. They should be within the custody of the police. The lawyer must sign for them, and that person should be reporting on a regular basis to the police for investigation. Well, if we go to the embassy tomorrow, we get involved, the government will still not open up to the American private investigator to do anything because they got to work as a team. So as Brahma is saying that the children in Monrovia and they got every move they're making, all they need to do is to build up their manpower at night too, to see what they're taking it from one point to another and be able to stop the cops.
I mean, I can get a start while you to go start police car in La Roya.
Using police car, they will not use the police car because the police will not be implicated, so they will not use police car to transport the children.
So, but hey, so you think they're using those cars? You think they are hand swinging as well? They're not even using police car, which of course it makes sense. They will never use police car.
Remember, the hand will not be swinging.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
If somebody if you say people got drowned, we know if somebody got drowned less than four days, they will come out. Nothing that holding them under that ground.
I think what is happening, I think people are providing them the surveillance, but I don't think they have the capacity. If they had the capacity to rescue those people, I think they would have done that. But what is happening is giving them the surveillance. Okay, thank you so much. Let me go to the old man. I know you've been all along. I have to go there. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Brahma.
Yes.
And like I said, I don't think you have the manpower to arrest, to effect an arrest, something that is in charge of the authority, presumably, based on what I'm hearing here. But I think these people are just providing surveillance as to, oh, this is what happened, this is what happened. I don't think you have that capacity to do that, to go arrest people. And you arrest them, what are you going to do? You don't have your own jail. You're going to turn them over. Where are you carrying them? You got to get them to the police.
Exactly. So, you got my point.
I don't know. Well, I know you've been having a hectic day. So I'm going to be in touch with you guys. We hope, and I'm still hoping. I will reach out to Director Carter because I really want to know. I want to get their versions. In as much I empathize with the story, I want to make it fair balance to get their side because I have really some questions that I really want to ask him as the authority. You know, I heard your side. I need to really get the other side of the story. What really is the horror, or what they are doing, whether they do not have the resources. I just don't know. I kind of try to wrap it around my neck. But there are a lot of people listening to all people already. They are all come to this case here, and I've been doing all you can to get the information out there. What is within the inner part that you have not thrown out there that you want to get out there for us to understand what you expect the Liberians, whether in the diaspora or back home, what sort of support to make sure to get to the bottom line of this case?
You know, my greatest worry right now is that time is running out. The election is just around the corner, December 8th. This guy had to do their sacrifice before that time. The police is trying to buy time by saying, oh, go start investigation. Investigation may last 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And at the end, a lawyer told me to my face, he said, just start planning for a benefit, death benefit.
What are you talking about? Death benefit?
We will soon lawful debt, and then all you gotta do is to give you a death benefit. I said, why my son is alive? I should be thinking about benefits. You said, oh, that one will come out to it because nothing else will happen.
You said a lawyer?
Yeah, a lawyer. A lawyer told me that.
Is that your lawyer?
Say that?
Is that your lawyer telling you that?
No, one of the 4 lawyers we went to. And I got so irritated by that statement. I said, but do you know my children are alive? He said, yes, I'm aware they are alive. But they will end up killing them. Because nobody will be able to turn them. Even if they saw that, they won't turn them over to you. That gotta happen. And I told you, God forbid it will not happen. We will fight to get our children back. So all what can happen now, and then it go to court, it's just to get small money, their benefits, the accident. You see what the way they put it, you see how they take it. And we know our children are alive. Anytime between now and the end of the month, it will be too late for us. That will be too late. We do everything. That's the reason why we've been having sleepless nights, making calls, sending people on error. And right now in Monrovia, by 10 o'clock, you don't find people on the street. By 10 o'clock p.m., you don't find people on the street. We are afraid. You send somebody, the person will be creeping like that to go. You can't put a car in the road. So we worried. Seriously.
Okay, well, you and the family, our prayers and thought goes out to you. Whatever information that you think we can get out there to the public, we are always here. It's hard. Let's just keep the faith. And I hope to still get in touch with Director Moses Carter to talk to him. Let me hear his side of the story. But these are really heartbreaking thing for police chief to say, I didn't send your children in the bush. Come on. Why would he say that? If he ever says so, why would he say that? It's like just adding the already fused, adding fire, adding gas to fire.
Precisely.
Well, you'll take it easy. You'll keep us posted. We'll keep in touch. Thank you for the time. Have some rest. You'll make sure to keep the law on your side. We will not encourage people to do any sort of violence. And I don't think that's what you people have done. I think it was a peaceful assembly, and fortunately, and that's where it comes from, training and all of this. That's where the police and community relationship is very, very much key. It's very much important. But there's too much of power business in that country is what everybody try to show. This sort of struggle here. I am the authority and I exercise my authority. That's why getting our country to be why it is. But we hope our prayers and talk with you. Comment. Let me have you have some rest. Thank you so much.
God bless you, brother.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alphonso. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, we will keep in touch. Just keep us posted. We will keep having these sort of conversations, or we can encourage you people to have that sort of positive engagement, know who to talk to, do your stuff. It's not an easy thing. I mean, it's not easy, I'm telling you. But I think you guys are strong. You're being in it, and eventually you're going to get a result to all of these ordeal that you are going through. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, well, folks, there you have it.
Thank you, Lord, for all you have done. If I don't thank you,
well, for that, folks, that's how we're going to bring it down here. Whatever it says, we just got to give God the glory in the midst. That's the only person who can counsel or man can let us down. People, nobody is trusted. So let's go to Minister Benant Johnson, based in the United Kingdom, a Liberian gospel artist.
If I don't thank you, I will be so ungrateful. Oh. Thank you, Jesus. Holy Kanyo. Tato. Hey, God, my soul's so counterfeit. I try to do, Juju found me. I try every other God, and he all let me down. They all say I should give something for something. Nothing up on the sacrifice before they can bless me. Who says I met you? You never asked before I died. You keep on showering your blessings all over me. If I don't praise you, if I don't worship you,
all right, folks, that's how we're going to do it here this evening. So I want to thank you so much for being part of today's program. I'm Alphonso Zean of the Liberal Popular Radio. On Thursday, all things considered, I want to get her out of her own comfort zone. Second thought. Yes, anyway, she's going to be right here on the Liberal Public Radio here as my special guest here. We're going to have some hardcore conversation. Until then, folks, have a pleasant day. And be safe. Let's keep the family in prayer and do what is right. It is our country. It is where we are. This must be a learning process in making our decision. Until then, have a pleasant afternoon.